go with me live. Howdy. See, Ramsey MFG Company, St. Louis, Missouri, 1885, a Libertyville. See, an audit is several things. Depends on your point of view. But no matter Cub Cadet 4x4, you get to see street lighting like you don't see other places a lot of times. You get to see the signs that the government put out. You get to learn about their notices. You get to look at different building designs, like these columns. They got some beasts up there. They got a paint job they need to take care of up there. Looks kind of dirty and nasty. Section 552.002, Health and Safety Carrying out guns by licensed owner in State Hospital. A person licensed under Subchapter H, Chapter 411, Government Code, handgun license law, may not enter the property with a handgun. Okay. Audio and video and surveillance. Notice. We're good. The door for tobacco-free facility. Services, job centers. So if you need a job, you might could get one here. They got a NERC 2, multiple shifts. They got a, let's see, shifts rotating, etc. And then they got something here for a psychiatrist too. A level 2, I guess it is. Hello, November. We got a security officer level 2. $400 something to maybe $700, and some against discrimination that's against the law. Another job opening here. This is for a cook too. Their starting salary is $1,800 to $2,600. Job here for something. What is it? An LVN2. LVN2. There's the security people. They come by and waved at us like everything was all good. I'm not positive, but I think they used to have uh, some. Go down here and see what he's saying. There's another security man, another auditor. Not a Texas exempt license plate. Got a wheelchair in it. Why?
It's a private hospital.
A private hospital?
A state hospital, he says, it's a private hospital.
A state hospital is a private hospital?
That's what he said. There's two gentlemen here that both believe that and said that we cannot photograph them or anything here.
I don't think so. That's true. Howdy.
Because I'm not giving you permission to video.
You don't have to give me permission.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. It's under the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. See, if you're wearing a state of Texas seal, then you're a Texas state employee, a public servant. You're on duty, performing the scope and duties of your job. Supreme Court says we can do it all. We ain't here to hurt nobody, bother nobody.
What's your name? Do you have a badge number?
Please don't interrupt me, man.
I should for a badge
You're
number.
not supposed to take pictures, still or movie pictures, on a state property. Especially, this is an active mental institution,
Right?
and it's a HIPAA violation.
No.
Yes,
You
sir,
must
it is.
understand that.
Well, yes, sir, I do. I've been working here for 16 years. It's a HIPAA violation.
It's a HIPAA violation for you to disclose their information to me. They can tell me anything they want to.
Okay. When PD gets here, I'll get you information, and then you can discuss it with.
Now, you won't be
Austin.
getting my information.
Well, you can leave then.
No, I don't think so.
You're
It's-
not a client, you're not staff, and you're not here to visit, so you're not, then we'll need to ask you to leave the property.
I'm conducting a First Amendment approved activity.
By who? Approved by who?
The Supreme Court of the United States. You know those guys? You want? So you don't believe in the Supreme Court of the United States?
Or the Constitution? Yeah.
This is noteworthy public information. It's a public interest, and I'm working on a journalistic news reporter story about this facility. They should teach you the law better than this.
What the Supreme Court said is that citizens can take photographic pictures, either still pictures or video, any place that the public has the right to be. And anything that we can see.
See, videotaping here is just like going to the courthouse and videotaping, a police department videotaping. It is a public entity.
A federal
Oh, yeah.
courthouse.
Yeah. You need to learn the law. It's a fact. Me personally, I did law enforcement 40 years. I retired. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I don't think so unless I volunteer to leave. You can't order me to leave a state property.
You're not here to visit, you're not a staff member.
I don't have to
You're not
be.
a client.
I don't have
It
to
is
be.
this is an active mental institution.
Okay.
It's not a regular hospital. This is not open for public. It's not. Because of the clients.
Well, what is the
Clientele.
Texas Penal Code number that said that cannot happen?
I asked him that question earlier and he couldn't give it.
That's because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Do you know the code number? The Texas Penal Code? That he alleges we can't be here? That's because it doesn't exist. It does not exist. We're trying to teach public servants the law. Teach them the Constitution. Same o, same o. They don't know the law. They don't understand the law. They don't want to understand the law. And when you tell them about the Constitution, they want to roll their eyes or make little grunting noises like they don't know it. They don't understand it. They don't want to participate in it, etc., etc. And when you tell them that the Supreme Court has already ruled on these in the past, that they kind of scoff at that too. I'm sorry if there's wind noise. I don't have a wind muffler on here to stop it. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get one. See, this is what you call intimidation and threats. Now they've heard, these security guards, not police, they've heard you can't do this. So they're telling us hearsay. They heard somebody say that. And they push on that false perception and try and hag it on and do something with it and make something out of it. But it's a no-go. Now, I'm like everybody else. I'm not keen on going to jail. Now, if I get put in there, then that's the way it is. But a judge will release me, or I can pay a bond. It doesn't really make any difference to me. Doesn't make any difference. I can't read these comments. Oh, good. Here we go. The real police are going to get here now. I think that one guy was trying to tape up his name badge where you couldn't see it. Get that big jaw going on. Maybe he'll come back in a minute, or that guy run. See, look, he's gonna run and jump in the van and haul buggy around him. See, what he wants to do is he wants to get to the police first, give his side of the story, and make us out to be bad guys. like we're doing something bad or evil or wrong, and try and see, look at him hauling tail across that parking lot. Look how fast he's going. That's unsafe driving. What if a patient come out and he run over him? Holy God. Boy, look at him go. You'd have to be here to make a little better sense out of it. But holy God. I guess third time's the charm. You keep looking around, walking around. Eventually the government will come find you. Make something out of it. It'll be really interesting to see what the real peace officer says. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I don't think I ever am. And I'm not going to get in some big verbal argument, because that's not my style, not my way. However, what is the smart thing to do is, if there's violations, try and leave and not be arrested, and then you go to court and file an injunction for relief or a court order that helps you get what you want to get, to prove to them that you are acting within the law and within the Constitution. There he comes. Looks like Terrell Police, unit number 126, Texas tag 108, 928. Hey, how you doing?
Y'all been asked to leave,
Asked to leave? No. They told us we didn't have a right to be here. They told us we didn't have a right to videotape in public, and we told them we're on the...
That's the thing is, this isn't technically a public place.
Okay.
This is a controlled facility.
Uh-huh.
It's not exactly like a prison, but
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I guess.
So
I'm trying to understand, yeah.
it's a controlled facility. You have to have permission to
Right.
be here. It's not open to the public necessarily.
Okay. Well, there was no signs. I mean, when I went through the gate, I
There's
waited.
a guard shack. That
Yeah,
is,
yeah. But I went there to see if there was any new law.
Okay.
I retired law enforcement.
Okay.
I used to bring patients here long
yeah.
ago. Okay, so I was going to find out if there was any change in the penal code, rules, regulations, anything, so that we didn't wind up doing any trouble. We're doing news stories and news articles on the First Amendment. And part of that is dealing with mental institutions.
Yeah.
Who can get on the grounds? Who can't get off the grounds? How does security work? How long does it take police to arrive? So this is public information. So this is telling people how the government works.
Yeah.
We got no beef with you guys at all, Zippo. And you know, if we hit a patient, camera goes straight down.
Yeah.
Not that necessarily we have to by law, but just out of courtesy and respect as a
Yeah.
human being. You know?
Actually, by law it is, because that falls under HIPAA because it's an act of possible.
Okay, but HIPAA says a doctor can't tell you their information, a nurse can't, you can't. But if they want to tell me, they can tell me their condition, and I can talk to them all day long.
All right.
So it don't violate their rights.
Well, that's the thing.
We
about
have
the
some-
mental hospital
yes.
is they don't have the mental and physical
Wherewithal? Yeah, and they're with us.
capacity
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make that type of decision.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And so, because of that fact, they need to leave the campus.
Yeah, we're going to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Do y'all,
All right,
y'all have
yeah,
a
have a
third
good-
party with y'all guys?
What now?
Do you have a third buddy with y'all?
Yeah, he's down here somewhere.
Do you have a chance to call him and say, hey,
We need to get out of Dodge.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go. Hey, thank you for doing a good job. Let me thank this man. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. These guards are pretty thuggish, demanding. You know.
Oh, y'all swung by the PD a while ago.
Yes, we did. Yes, sir, we did.
That my guy was like, oh, he said, dude, he said, there's a truck going by. I said, okay.
Yeah. You've been around. You got some common.
Is that the third guy with you?
Yeah, y'all got common sense. You know.
I mean, dude, this ain't my first rodeo about anything. I mean,
Yep.
I'm not the guru of camera stuff, but I mean, I know y'all are trying to do whatever y'all are trying to do, but
Well, what we're trying to do is, a lot of police know what we can do. They've been trained on public photography.
yeah, that's what I was telling them. I said, there's HIPAA stuff, and whether they
Right.
had signage. I mean, if something got removed, that's something they need to take care of administratively.
Right,
but,
yeah.
But they have their rules and
Sure.
whatever y'all are trying to accomplish, whatever. But
Yeah.
we're just trying to make sure everything's on the up and up.
Yeah,
and,
they need to train those guys better. I know you can't
well,
say.
yeah, that's
okay.
between.
But see, I went to school on HIPAA for law enforcement, okay? It says me as a police officer, if I go to the ambulance, I find out this guy's got some disease, and you're saying what's wrong with him, I can't tell you. The doctor can't tell you, the nurse can't tell you. He can tell me. If I know it's a private person, I can tell the whole world. Not that that's smart or nice or kind, but I could.
Yeah.
So we're just saying what you can do and what you should do is two different things.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
Just because you can't do something doesn't mean you should.
Yes, yes.
But no, like I said, we saw, like I said, saw the truck. Y'all were leaving. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
People come by and they come in the
We
lobby,
don't,
and I'm like, I waved. They're like, all right. Well,
Yeah, we don't bother nobody. I did 40 years in a uniform. I know, So we did,
Where'd you work at?
lots of places, starting with Dallas back in the late 70s.
You're before my time.
Yeah.
Away from,
But see, I don't tell police that till after I've interacted to see if they're gonna do right. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna mistreat me, then I keep my mouth shut and go through the process. If they respect me and say, hey, I'm a peace officer and I'm gonna handle the peace and tranquility, we're gonna work through this, you're not a threat, blah blah blah. Then at the end, then I tell them.
We
You know,
have no ill intent.
No, none, zero.
A video to us,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. The Supreme Court said it's not even suspicious.
Yeah.
well,
It's not suspicious.
Well, I-
Doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
well,
it's
out
not
here,
suspicious.
and I can't speak for them, but
Right.
I mean, there's an active mental health hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some places that I don't know what they use and what portions they don't, but but that's
Yeah.
between
We
their
haven't
admin
been
and stuff.
in any
but,
buildings.
Well-
We've been outside. We haven't seen anybody except these security officers that don't know.
Yeah, we were going around,
And they
where it had the
said that
job
they've been
notices
here
posted,
15
the
years,
bell.
They know the law.
Just-
and I
just
said,
the-
what law? Well, it's just the law.
Yeah,
Well, the only thing is,
they don't even know the law.
Well, this isn't my property.
Right.
It's not the
Yeah.
city of Terrell's. It's the state's. And, if they're saying they have the authority to tell y'all to leave for whatever reasons, if y'all have
Right.
any recourse, you can deal with
Yeah.
the admin.
Oh yeah,
So-
I'll be talking to them on Monday because they were, in my opinion, threatening us, and they can't name no penal code, nowhere, no mental health law for Texas that says we can't do what we're doing. I said, so that's the first thing they teach in the academy is, if it's not written in the law, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and there's, granted, there is case law that maybe you're not aware of, because there's tons of case laws. Whether
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Supreme
yeah.
Court or Court of Criminal Appeals, things of that nature. But
Yeah, I keep up with that every week. Anything comes down, I read everything.
well, I'm sure y'all did, because I mean, like I said, this isn't the first time we've had people with cameras, not that I can call it here, but at the PD or go
Yeah.
by. And like I said, we're recording, everyone's recording, we live in Dayton with the camera.
Yes, sir.
I'm just like, I don't get offended because, y'all have your stuff. I'm not used to just having this many people, but in my
Yeah.
opinion, I just act like I'm just recording anywhere anyway, so
It's just
no big difference.
We just like being in a free society and keeping it straight.
Well, and it is what it is, but
Most of the cops I deal with, I give them a thumbs up. A couple of them are sideways, and even few, they're,
well,
so
I'm not going to disagree with you. There's some
Yeah.
people from other agencies that it's like,
yeah, come on, use some common sense, man.
but no, just if if they have the authority to tell y'all to leave, I mean, if y'all can just be on your way and like I said, just do what you gotta do. If you want to contact their admin and deal
No.
with whatever you.
No, what I'm gonna do is contact the chief of police and tell him, Mr. Corporal Boyd, and you know he'll be able to look up who treated us right,
Well,
obeyed the
I'm gonna
Constitution,
tell you right now.
honored your oath,
I tell
and we don't get that all the time.
He's one of the guys in the
Yeah.
train with me, and I'll tell anyone. It's like I will treat you as cool as you let me treat you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
We're all human, and even if I didn't record or whatever, I'd
Yeah.
treat you no different. If you saw me
yes,
out and about off duty,
yeah.
I'd be just like this with you.
That's how come I didn't have problems.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was the kind of cop you are. That's why we probably, anyway. Well, I'm gonna end my video. Thank you. God bless you. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.